Welcome to Mr. Foy's Easel. Well, on this program, we're going to continue with the ABCs and how the ABCs can give us some help in creating cartoons. On a previous program, I got through the alphabet through the letter L, so in this episode we're going to begin with the M's. One easy way to do a cartoon with M's is to make the eyebrows like that. Angry eyebrows and angry mouth as well. Another thing you can do is this. This is part of a fence, you see. So we turn to the N. I like to make a cursive N to start with. And then I make a few curls there. And make a happy snake crawling along, you see. Or if you want to draw a person, you can do an N like this, and put a head on top of it, and a tie, and there's a gentlemanly looking guy. I started just leave the O out of it because that's so simple. You know, we started out months ago or years ago talking about circles for heads. Well, let's just pile on here. I got several circles there. And if you wanted to have him holding a glass, you could have bubbles coming up from there. Little tiny circles, you see. Now the letter P is a good bit more difficult than C's and O's. One way to do the letter P is to turn it like this. See, that's a P lying down. And you make maybe this is a baseball player or something. So, another thing you can do is this. Come on around like that. And make that's a banjo. Okay. Now, about the only thing I could come up with the letter Q is, well, I'll show you. Make a circle there, you know, the Q has a little thing like that coming down. So I got to thinking about it and decided we might make a guy with a soft drink or something in his hand, and notice how I draw the jaw on there. He's slurping it down, you see. The Q like this is an interesting challenge. You can put a lady with a rather large nose wearing a bonnet. They don't wear bonnets much anymore, but there you have it. Well, we've gotten along with the alphabet pretty well, but we'll take a break now and come back and see if we can make it on through the letter Z.
Home security is now available through Conway Corp. It's an advanced solution backed by people you know and trust. Customize your system with motion detectors, sensors, light controls, and more, all managed from your wireless touchscreen or mobile phone. It's an easy way to protect the things that matter and the ones who matter most. It's safety for you, powered by Conway Corp.
Okay, we're back. I've done the R like this a number of times with a guy, with a mustache. But then I got to thinking, what about the cursive lowercase r? You know what I'm talking about there? Well, looks hard, but I think with a little effort we can come out with maybe a bulldog. In an angry mood. S, if you take the S and slant it like that, well, here's what can happen. You can come out with a cowboy with a 10-gallon hat and a bandana. Another way to do S is this right here, eyebrows and the nose. Now T is one of those where we can take an inanimate object. See that? All right, draw the line out. And guess what? We've got another fence taking shape here, kind of like the one at the start. Put a little bush down there to show that this is a fence and the yard and foliage and so on. U is so easy, I'm ashamed to even include it. What I'm going to do is make a face, a head and a face out of it with a melancholy looking lady there. Now V is a lot of fun. My preference on this one is to make a bird. Notice I've got the V turned down like that. Bird with a rather distinctive, sharp beak, who, by the way, may be sitting up on the limb of a tree. Notice these V's here. V's all around. And the case of W, well, let me throw a small W there. And then I'm going to put several other W's along there. Now that could be the back of a cartoon dinosaur or something, but it's not. This character is not prehistoric, but he's still pretty vicious. So there you have an alligator out in the swamp country, daring you to come swimming. Now the X is always something of a problem. Here's what I like to do with the X. I'll show you here. He's got on some overalls and he's walking and on his way to work, I guess. So another way to do an X is to put an X like that and make a wagon wheel out of it and so forth. Now, Y presents something of a challenge, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. It's got a curved line and, in many cases, a straight line, and to try to make something out of that is quite a challenge. Well, what I do is I go over like that, and what I'm making is a chair that's reclining back in this direction. And this guy sitting in the chair. You kind of see a back view. He's reading the morning paper. And here's a table right next to the where the man is sitting and reading. And here's another Y. A wine glass with a long stem. Well, this brings us close to the end of the alphabet. We're right at it. So let's take a look at Z. Well, since we're getting close to the end of the program, let's try to make this appropriate to this. Is a guy with a overcoat, an umbrella, and he's saying goodbye to somebody, or hello, I don't know which, but anyway, he's walking in this direction. And that's the end of our run through the alphabet. As I've said before, all of you can use your imagination to come up with, well, a lot of combinations of letters, or letters to make inanimate objects or animals or whatever. So keep practicing. Remember, you can contact Mr. Forrest Easel at conwaycorp.com.